Welcome back to another episode of Heat of the Moment. My name is Hav, and today we are here with the day ones. We are here with Zach.
Oh.
We are here with Kyle.
Yo.
We are here with Lala, the producer, and we are here with Nani. She might be a temporary guest. We'll see how this goes. All right. So welcome back, guys.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Dude, with all the stuff that's been going on lately, you guys been keeping up with any of the storms? There's been so many storms happening.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Yes.
Hitting multiple states. And I heard even France got hit by a hurricane.
Oh, yeah.
Which I don't know how. I assume it doesn't happen often since it made news and we heard about it. You know what I mean?
Did it give up quickly?
I think it did.
Was it Helene that hit parts of Mexico as well?
Yeah. Well, Helene probably hit Mexico, but I know Milton definitely did.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Milton alone, I heard that they confirmed something like 35 tornadoes.
Tornadoes were
Yeah, I
bad.
think there was one town that got 20 or 26.
Yeah, the irony of there being debris dumpsters in people's roofs. That's
Kind of
insane.
defeats the whole purpose.
Right? It's not funny, but it is actually kind of hilarious.
Got to find the humor and stuff, man.
Anyway, what do you have in store today?
What store?
In store? What, like topics?
So yeah, with that being said, with all the crazy stuff that's been happening, natural disasters aside, everything else that's been going on, whether it be crime and politics, it had me thinking, there's so many dystopian movies and stuff like that out there. Like, what movie would we align with the most nowadays?
Oof.
I think the most obvious answer to that is Idiocracy.
Idiocracy is a good one.
It started out as, a nice parody movie, and I watched it more recently, and it's actually sad how it just feels almost like a documentary at this point. It's really becoming a little too close to reality. Hits a little too close to home.
It does.
I've never seen that movie. Never heard of it.
You
I don't know.
never heard of Idiocracy?
No.
Well, it doesn't really matter. You just walk around in the streets and you'll see it.
That's fair.
But it's essentially this guy. What happens? He gets frozen in time, like a cryo chamber kind of thing, and then he goes ahead 1,000 years.
No, I think it wasn't. It wasn't.
Okay, Walt
He
Disney.
got frozen. It was something. I think I want to say it was some kind of experimental program that he signed up for. But I think one of the most disturbing things, maybe to me, if you want to call it that, in the movie, there's a movie that's the, big blockbuster hit, and it's called Fart. And it's just an hour and a half picture of a butt farting, and all the audience just being like, like for the entire movie.
Honestly, it sounds like they were ahead of the times because now we have Ice Spice, and that's all she writes about.
Yeah, she has a song called Fart.
So kind of probably one of these ones who apparently can get away with selling their fart in a jar to desperate simp type people.
Absolutely.
Okay,
and that's the problem with that stuff. People buy it. They fund the stupidity more than anything.
Oh,
Okay,
Charity?
Oh, yeah.
No. I'm going to pay for fart in a jar.
Okay, but if you could profit off of that, I mean,
it's hard to blame the person selling it. It is.
Right.
It's you blame the people who are buying it.
But it's crazy because we have like these ideas in our mind, and I'm not saying they're not true. It's like, oh, charities don't actually go to charity. They pocket their money. So I'm going to go pay for fart in a jar. Like, you're not doing anything better with that money. Just don't fund that, you know?
I want to circle back around and talk about a couple things.
Okay.
But I do want to figure out what movie Zach would choose.
We have to think about this, even if it's for a couple minutes or something.
I don't know.
I might have to think of something too.
And like I said, I don't watch movies, so I don't really have one in the chamber for this.
That's true. Yeah.
Or
Anyway.
you could be real edgy and go with a documentary like Planet Earth.
What's that one with the Snoop Dogg narrated?
Planet Earth.
Planet Earth.
Is that what it was called for real?
What is these animals? Them the ones that eat snakes, huh? Is them mongooses?
Is them mongooses?
The mongooses.
But yeah, so the movie you picked is Idiocracy. The movie I pick is Borat. You said if you were to pick one, it would be probably the TV show.
Yeah, Black Mirror, because I don't watch
Black Mirror.
movies. I don't watch TV either, but still. Anyway.
Okay. Let's say you got $1 million tax free. $1 million straight up, 7 figures. What would be the first 3 things that you would do? Not necessarily buy. They could be things that you'd buy, but what would be 3 things that you would want to do that has always required more money than you probably have now? You know what I mean? Like for me, I think the 3 things that I would do. $1 million. I'd probably get a supercar and drive across America.
A supercar?
Some kind of really cool sports car, comfortable, of course, to drive across America. I always wanted to drive through every state. I want to
Right.
go to all 50 states. Road trip. Big road trip.
Well, you can't drive to Hawaii, so
That's not a state. I want to which one is the one where you parachute in the water? Parasail.
Parasailing.
I want to
yeah.
go parasailing.
I
I
don't know
don't
how
even
you
know
feel
if that's expensive. It might be like doable with budget.
I think that's reasonable for an average person, honestly. I mean, it's probably going to cost you a few $100. But
Okay. I'll one up that then. Since I got $1 million, I'm going to parasail off a
you
yacht.
could do it. Yeah, do it with your own boat.
How about you guys? You guys got anything
Well.
in mind?
I would buy my dream car and then make it way more unsafe than it already is.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Like take the doors off.
I mean, you could just buy your own like land or racetrack or something, and then
Yes.
it's fine.
Maybe one of the things I should try to do. I would have to see what the price point would be for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Apparently, I heard a rumor that Tyson at one point in his time wanted to box a gorilla, or was saying that he could take a
Oh.
gorilla in a boxing match. So maybe I'd fund that. We'd have to probably put tickets on the dark web or something.
Yeah.
Because it'd be a
Ooh.
bloodbath.
But yeah, all right. So Mike Tyson fighting a gorilla. Fun to fight for that. That'd be amazing. Can you think of any others? Any other
Yeah,
things?
I would buy a plane, get a
Ooh.
pilot's license, and buy a plane. 'Cause you can actually get a plane, like a little kind of prop or small engine plane for like $100,000.
And being able
Yeah.
to travel wherever you want
Yep,
at a moment's notice. No wait, no security, no TSA, none of that.
pretty much. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's actually a really good one. Damn, jealous. You got a third one in mind?
Probably what I would honestly do with it, because I do love the traveling and stuff.
Yeah.
My third one would probably actually be to get a boat and then sail around.
That would be amazing to be able to like take your house to Europe. Showing up
That's
at a
pretty much where the
two-story.
yacht comes into it, because the yacht is basically a houseboat.
That is true.
You just
I'd want it to look like a actual like. I'd want to have like a green yard with a white picket fence as you sail into a new country. You're watering your plants and stuff. Hey guys,
That'd be wild.
That'd be hilarious.
That'd be wild.
you have like a
That'd be
like a double wide trailer on it.
Yeah, you're
So
walking
it's
your
like-
dog in the front yard of your house that's floating in the ocean. Like, that'd be hilarious.
That would be the best, to have just like the trashiest looking American shit on a fancy boat. Just
Yeah,
like
like-
piss them off.
You have like a double wide with like an acre of land around you floating through the ocean. It's like the
Just like a
trashiest-
Confederate flags and stuff blowing. Like, "Wee!"
beer cans in the yard.
Oh my god.
Had one of those kiddie pools with the couch where you like stick your feet in there to cool off. Hey,
Oh my god.
that's good. All right, so yeah, those are your three. Those are good. That's awesome. What would you do if you had $1 million? You could do 3 things that you always wanted to do. Or,
I don't know. I can't think of the other two. Like I okay, I
or
would.
What you got
I can't think of the other two.
for the first one?
The first one? Oh, it was just buy my dream car and make it extremely unsafe.
Clarify unsafe. What do you mean by that?
Oh, I want it to go fast.
Take out the seatbelts and the airbags.
Right.
No, no. My sister had a car that didn't have airbags.
Yeah, you don't need money for that. All right. Well,
Maybe I'm boring.
If you think of 2 more, you can throw it in later.
Someone's having something that you could intervene with right then and there,
Yep.
but you happen to be, as you see it unfold, you were already scampering for a bathroom.
Right.
Because you are moments away from violently soiling yourself.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?
I feel like I'd do it to give an example.
Call you the stinky savior.
Yeah. I'll be like,
Oh,
that's why you don't help people. That's going to be my excuse for humanity.
The
Yeah.
soiled savior.
The soiled savior.
I think
The
I'd do it. I'd do it because I feel like if the situation is bad enough,
Mhm.
then me saving whatever is going on would probably outweigh whatever situation is happening to me in my bowels.
That is true.
Well, hang on. Okay, time out. What am I wearing that day?
Oh.
Yeah, that would make it
Because like if I'm wearing
fishnet. You know what I'm
Some-
saying?
Something that's
It'd be
really
like
going
a
to trap
strainer.
it in. Just
a strainer,
You know what I mean? Like, it'd be bad.
all I'm thinking about is jeans. Because
Ugh. And you don't
mm.
wash those, so it's just there.
Women's jeans are tighter than men's jeans, so it would seep into the fabric. However, if you guys were wearing like cargo shorts or something, like it would slide right down your leg, and that sounds like it sucks.
Yeah, it'd be ankle deep.
yeah, nothing worse than getting it all in your socks and shoes.
Man.
Just
Yeah, at least
Really-
my pants would
really
soak it up.
sloshing around in it.
Well, what's worse is like you having to go home in that.
It was actually really heroic or badass the way you do save someone.
That'd be hilarious. Like mid-fight, you just see it dripping down your leg. Ugh. Well, he's not
I mean,
grunting
it would
because
be a
he's tired.
deterrent for someone fighting you.
That
I mean,
would
like, do
be.
you want to fight someone who's like in the midst of voiding their bowels?
Yeah.
Like, and is still like, put your hands up.
That is
Yeah.
true.
But when you were talking about fighting somebody, all I could think of is you like swinging around and hitting them with your soiled pants, kind of like you know how some of those dogs like spin around and they just put their butt like up to somebody.
Yeah. But that's always a good way to deter people of doing anything.
They don't expect that. It's like dropping your pants.
They'll stop
I
in
don't
their
expect
tracks.
to get hit with
Fecal matter
fecal
in the middle
matter.
of
Yeah.
in the middle of a brawl.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. I wouldn't know how to
That
react.
might be against the Geneva Convention. That seems like it falls under biological warfare at that
It
point.
kind of does.
I mean,
Yeah, you should get tried
Yeah.
very harshly for that one.
You
but it should
probably
be done.
can. It's like spitting on somebody. That's still
Yeah, I feel like spitting is worse. Well,
well
Really?
because do you know how bad a human bite is? You can lose a limb because of a human bite.
dude got HIV from one once.
That's what I'm saying. Your mouth is so nasty.
God, how mad would you be?
on duty, I would never, bro.
Not duty. We were just talking about duty.
duty.
If you were known for that, what would then be your superhero name?
Number 2.
The pooped pirate.
Oh.
What would yours be?
I don't know. I'm very unprepared for my own question.
Number 2.
It would have to be like, I think like the immortal number 2 or something like that. It's got to be like a
Something
little
super
more
cool.
prestigious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta have a pew.
You can you can be called C. diff.
Hey, yeah, that is true. That is
That's
true.
terrible.
I put the C in C diff.
You know what C. diff is?
No,
Definitely.
I guess not. No.
It's a really, really
Yeah.
bad bacteria. It smells super bad. It makes you want to not be alive anymore.
I had somebody, a friend of mine, who when I used to work at CVS, somebody like used the bathroom all over the walls. They like smeared
Oh,
it on
God.
the wall, and they had to clean it. My work buddy, and they
Yeah.
got C diff and ended up in the hospital for several days
Oh damn.
just cleaning it. Just
That's what
having
the
that.
C in
Fucked up.
CVS stands for.
Yep. Yeah. So this is a segment that we're gonna try out called the Conspiracy Corner. We're in this thing now. We are in the corner of the couch. Conspiracy Corner.
There's a conspiracy that Paul McCartney died in like 1966.
So they believe he died in '66.
Yes, and they think that he was replaced.
Do you think that the rest of the Beatles would have stood for that? Like, you think they would have, like,
I mean,
hypothetically saying it's true?
who knows? There's a few albums where the cover, Paul for some reason is just dressed different. Like I believe the famous like Abbey Road picture. I believe Paul is the only one who's barefoot. And I guess people think that signifies his passing, and they're trying to honor him. In the I think it's Sgt. Pepper. I think on that cover.
Yeah.
I want to say it's Sgt. Pepper. He's the only one in, I think, a different, like, get-up. Maybe the only one without facial hair or something. Something
Oh,
wild. So
Weird.
there are things that make it seem very realistic.
Huh. It's really
Yeah.
weird thinking about stuff like that and, like, how people interpret, like, small little details like that. You know what I mean?
Well, what's really weird now is that I feel like nowadays with all the advancements in AI, it might become very possible for people to be artificially replaced. So I think we might actually be on the cusp of this.
So I heard this conspiracy that people said that with all the natural disasters that were going on that we covered earlier, that a lot of these hurricanes and tornadoes are being man-made. And like right before one of the hurricanes, I think it might have been Helene, there was an image of a plane flying close to the east coast of Florida or the west coast of Florida and doing zigzag patterns back and forth, back and
Ooh.
forth. And they believe that they're seeding the clouds in order for the storm to kind of head in that direction.
I did see people talking about how both of those storms were suspicious.
Yeah.
I seen somebody on Facebook say that it was man-made because somebody wanted the land or for population control. It's so wild
For
to
land
me.
purposes.
Out of all the conspiracies, I don't believe that. I know that we can manipulate the weather, but
Yeah.
come on now.
I don't think. Yeah. I mean, I think we're smart enough to be able to do something like that. But for it to be on a scale that big, it just seems like what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
that would be my biggest question. What is the point?
Yeah, just thinking that these storms are man-made, it's like it's bizarre. Like a lot of the conspiracies, like going back to the conspiracy you said, where they'll be able to switch out like celebrities and stuff for others. We never see these people in person.
Yeah, you'd literally never know.
Never. We only ever see pictures and videos, and that stuff is so easily manipulated. We've seen for the past 20 years, like. You know, we look on stuff now from 20 years ago that had been edited, and we're like, oh, you could clearly tell. But then it was like, wow, look at that. That looks so real, you know? It's really creepy to think about. Like,
It's getting too spooky.
Too spooky. And then you think about Tesla now. They're coming out with, like androids or whatever it is. They're releasing these robots that'll probably be able to have some kind of, like, you know, communication with you and stuff. And we know they're robots because they're gray and silver. But, like, if they put human faces on that... You know, will we be able to tell
Thank God
sometimes?
they made them gray and silver.
I'm just saying, like, if they were our skin color and stuff and they were in clothes, you'd probably be able to fool some people.
Well, they have that one lady robot thing. What is her name?
Sophia.
Sophia.
And you know who made her? One of the directors of Disney or something like that left Disney like 10 or 15 years ago to join a company in Hong Kong, and they've been making these robots, and it's creepy.
Now, what if that's their plan with Walt Disney in his head?
Putting his brain into AI or something like that?
Yeah.
Kind of when you were talking about the would you rather, be given the option, because it's not really going to be you, or I mean, I guess you say it's you, but if given the option, they're like, hey, you can download your consciousness into this machine and kind of keep living, would you do it?
If I'm uploading my consciousness as of right now, what good is that if I have different experiences and I reevaluate myself every day based on those experiences? How often would I have to update my consciousness? Would that be something that I could do at home, or would that be something I'd have to go to a facility for?
Well, I suppose in theory you would still continue to learn.
Well,
it would just be...
I mean, like, to update my consciousness, upload to the cloud. Right.
That's now we're getting too deep into it, maybe.
Right.
So, yeah, I hadn't even really thought about that from that stake. So you're right. You'd either be just sort of stuck at whatever stage you were at when you downloaded.
I mean, you won't be able to feel physical things, right? Because it would just be consciousness uploaded into something. But would you be able to have the feeling of like a deja vu or a nostalgia? Like, is that something that takes place in your brain or in your consciousness, or like?
Nostalgia, probably. Deja vu, no. Because I'm sure...
Deja vu is like a memory, though, no?
Yeah.
Because wouldn't that be like consciousness, kind of?
Yeah, maybe, kind of, sort of. But, like, think about it now. Like, I can give you a scenario, and you can, based on what you've gone through, kind of simulate it to yourself.
Right.
So I feel like this would kind of be the same situation. So if you were to upload your consciousness, you could probably remember how that made you feel in that moment, but you probably wouldn't be able to replicate it that's been uploaded.
So yeah, going back to the question, I guess.
My bad.
No. I mean, we're still on the topic, but I'm just saying, like, going back to the question.
So deep into it, man.
Like a yes or no.
Oh, my bad.
As sad as it is, I still would probably do it just to see. You know what I mean? It'd be such a new experience that it.
Is it covered under insurance?
It better be.
No.
No? If it's not covered under insurance, I won't be able to afford it. If it is covered under insurance, YOLO.
So what, if you stop paying, they just pull the plug on you? It's just like
you have 30 days to pay, or we're going to delete it.
They're gonna put a bunch of malware in you just for the hell of it.
They hit you with ads.
The
Every 5
Neuralink
minutes.
ad, that's what I was about to say.
Ads every 5 minutes. Be like,
Oh,
that.
God.
Would you upload your consciousness, or would you kind of just live out life and let things slip away?
I've asked a lot of questions. It really depends. So without answering any of my questions, maybe.
Kyle, what you got?
I didn't
I'm
even answer
thinking
that
probably not, really. Seems like a
Okay.
waste of time.
That is true. All right, so we
Yeah.
got to know a yes and a maybe. Boom, perfect.
one. Damn, cover the whole board.
Different opinions. Was there anything else you wanted to touch on, Kyle, at all? Any
Well,
other-
I guess it depends on, if we want to discuss the origins of Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah.
All right, let's end it on that. All right.
So,
Speaking of, 'tis
No.
the season of the Weezin, the Halloween.
yeah, the origin is, I know that the synopsis, really a short one, is just that it was a Celtic pagan ritual, you know, that dates back thousands of years. And,
Wow.
you know, was pretty much their way of celebrating the end of the harvest season. And also was like kind of a warding off of spirits and stuff because, you know, it's supposed to be All Hallows Eve, or, well, Samhain, back then they called it,
Right.
was supposed to be the time of the year when whatever gateway between our world and the world of the dead is the thinnest, so that spirits and fairies and all kinds of entities could kind of cross over into our plane of existence and interact with us. And so people would dress up and wear costumes, but they used to do way simpler costumes. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna be, you know,
Yeah.
a character. It was they did things like wear their clothes inside out, or wear some kind
Oh.
of cloth mask with just like vague humanoid-ish features on it as a mask. But the
kinda
whole
cool.
point of it was to confuse any entities that might have it out for you specifically.
Yeah.
Which is a funny concept to me, to think that some demon or spirit is waiting all year to be like, ooh, I've got it out for you.
This
Yeah,
guy.
right?
And then is fooled by you wearing your shirt inside out. It's like, where did they go?
Wait a minute.
Curses.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
And with that, we have Halloween.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Hell yeah.
Well, I think we touched on a lot of subjects.
Yeah.
I think
Nice.
we've
Pretty
been
good.
pretty thorough today.
Well, on that, we'll end it on a high note. We appreciate you guys for watching another episode, especially on this special Halloween, our first one. Thank you for watching Heat of the Moment, and make sure to tune in, give us a like, and subscribe.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah.